Welcome! Whether you're a seasoned cruiser or setting sail for the very first time, you're about to embark on a journey unlike any before. The world of cruising has entered a new era, one filled with excitement, innovation, and a renewed sense of adventure. It's 2025 and cruising is back in full swing. After years of uncertainty and anticipation, the world's oceans are once again alive with the sight of magnificent ships gliding across sparkling blue waters. The cruise industry has not only recovered, but it's thriving, welcoming guests from all corners of the globe. The grand ships are once again sailing to breathtaking destinations, with decks bustling and the spirit of adventure alive. From the Caribbean's turquoise coves to the Mediterranean's historic ports, every voyage promises new discoveries and unforgettable moments. The energy on board is contagious. Laughter, music, and the thrill of exploration fill the air. The cruise experience feels familiar. Shows, deck parties, and sunsets from your balcony are all back. But now, there's an added layer of excitement as guests reconnect with the joys of travel and the magic of the open sea. Every evening brings dazzling entertainment, and every sunrise offers a new horizon to explore. The focus has shifted from health crises to ensuring every guest enjoys a safe, comfortable trip. Cruise lines are dedicated to creating an environment where you can relax, unwind, and make the most of every moment, whether you're traveling solo, with family, or with friends. But this isn't a carbon copy of the past. Cruise lines have learned and adapted. Enhanced technology, smarter protocols, and thoughtful innovations are now seamlessly woven into your experience, making your journey smoother and more enjoyable than ever before. There's a renewed emphasis on passenger responsibility and respect for fellow travelers. Courtesy and cooperation are at the heart of this new era, ensuring that everyone on board can enjoy a harmonious and memorable voyage. Understanding the ship's rules is now as important as planning your excursions. From safety guidelines to onboard etiquette, being informed helps you and your fellow guests enjoy a smooth, stress-free adventure. This guide will help you confidently book your 2025 cruise and focus on what matters, making unforgettable memories. Get ready to discover new destinations, forge new friendships, and experience the very best that modern cruising has to offer. Your adventure begins now. One of the top questions is about COVID-19 rules. For 2025, most major cruise lines have dropped vaccine and testing mandates, returning to pre-pandemic normalcy. No more last-minute tests or vaccination cards. Boarding is simpler and less stressful. The focus is now on personal responsibility. Passengers are trusted to monitor their own health. Health and safety remain priorities with enhanced cleaning, air filtration, and medical staff on board. Hand sanitizer stations and diligent cleaning are standard. These measures quietly protect against all illnesses, not just COVID-19. Good habits, like hand washing, are still wise. Some destinations may have their own requirements, so check before you go. The big takeaway: pandemic hurdles are gone, but a culture of wellness remains. With health rules relaxed, cruise lines are spotlighting onboard conduct. Curfews for minors are enforced. Under 18s can't be in public areas after 1 a.m. unless with an adult or in a supervised program. Personal Bluetooth speakers are banned in public spaces. Use headphones for your music. This keeps the atmosphere enjoyable for everyone. Items like clacking fans are often banned in nightclubs for noise and safety reasons. Marijuana, including medicinal, is strictly forbidden due to federal laws. Zero tolerance for disruptive behavior is now the norm. The guest code of conduct is clear. Violations can mean warnings or being removed from the ship. The message: have fun, but not at others' expense. Knowing these rules ensures a smooth voyage. The stricter enforcement comes after several high-profile incidents. Fights and disruptive behavior have made headlines, prompting cruise lines to act. For example, a brawl in Galveston led to lifetime bans for those involved. Cruise lines are moving from rules on paper to active enforcement. It's not just about big incidents. Smaller disruptions like loud music are also targeted. Guest feedback shows a demand for a more respectful environment. This proactive approach protects the brand and the vacation experience. Security teams and staff are trained to set clear expectations from booking onward. The ship is a shared space. Everyone plays a part in keeping it safe and enjoyable. This firm but fair approach is the new standard for 2025. Cruise ship rules are just the start. Each destination has its own entry requirements and local laws. When you step ashore, you must follow the rules of that country. Ports of call may require passports, visas, health screenings, or digital forms. In 2025, these requirements change often, so stay updated before you travel. Research and secure all necessary documents for every port. Requirements can differ for cruise passengers and by nationality. Missing paperwork means you may not be allowed ashore. No refunds for missed excursions or port days. Always check official embassy or government sites for the latest rules. Don't rely on forums. Regulations can change quickly. Prepare early, make a checklist, and keep digital and paper copies of your documents for a smooth, enjoyable cruise. Travel advisories from the U.S. State Department can impact your cruise. These alerts warn about risks like crime, unrest, or health issues in certain countries. Cruise lines prioritize safety and may change itineraries if advisories are issued. For example, a level 3 or 4 warning can mean skipping or substituting a port. These changes are standard and non-negotiable. No compensation is given. While missing a port is disappointing, safety comes first. Stay informed by checking the State Department's website and enrolling in the Smart Traveler Enrollment Program. STEP helps the embassy contact you in emergencies. Understanding that itineraries can change helps manage expectations and keeps you safe. In 2025, cruise rule enforcement has sparked heated debate on social media. Carnival's renewed commitment to curfews and behavior policies went viral, dividing opinions. Some guests feel targeted, especially regarding music and speaker bans, while others welcome the changes for a more peaceful environment. Accusations of bias have surfaced, but cruise lines insist rules are applied equally and genres aren't banned. Fake notices have circulated, adding to confusion. This episode shows how social media shapes the narrative around travel policies. Ultimately, cruise lines aim for safety and comfort for all. Smart preparation is the foundation of a smooth and memorable 2025 cruise adventure. Before you even start packing, take some time to get organized and ensure you have everything you need for a stress-free journey. The more you plan ahead, the more you'll be able to relax and enjoy every moment at sea and in port. Begin with a comprehensive pre-cruise checklist. At the very top of your list should be a valid passport. Make sure it won't expire within 6 months of your return date, as many countries require this buffer for entry. Double-check the expiration date now to avoid last-minute surprises. Next, dive into research on your chosen cruise line. Each company has its own set of rules, policies, and requirements, which can change from year to year. Don't assume what worked last time will be the same for your next trip. Look up baggage allowances, prohibited items, and any special protocols for boarding or disembarking. Carefully read the guest code of conduct and your ticket contract on the cruise line's website. These documents outline your rights and responsibilities, as well as important information about cancellations, refunds, and onboard behavior. Knowing the fine print can save you from unexpected issues later. Travel insurance is not just a suggestion, it's a must. Look for a policy that covers medical emergencies, trip cancellations, lost luggage, and especially medical evacuation, which can be extremely costly at sea. Some policies even offer coverage for missed connections or itinerary changes due to weather. Remember, your regular health insurance probably won't cover you outside your home country. Even if you're healthy, accidents and illnesses can happen, and medical care abroad can be expensive. Don't take the risk. Get the right coverage before you go. Double-check entry requirements for every port you'll visit. Some countries require visas, proof of vaccinations, or health forms even for short visits. Visit official embassy websites for the most up-to-date information, and don't rely solely on your cruise line for these details. Organize all your important documents, passports, tickets, insurance policies, and emergency contacts in a dedicated travel folder. Make both digital and physical copies, and store them in separate places. This way, you'll be prepared if anything goes missing. Consider using a secure travel app to store digital copies of your documents, and keep backup paper copies in your luggage or hotel safe. Being organized means you can handle any situation with confidence. With all your paperwork in order, you'll be able to focus on the fun parts of your cruise, exploring new destinations, relaxing on deck, and making unforgettable memories. With careful planning and a little due diligence, you're setting yourself up for a fantastic worry-free vacation at sea. Bon voyage! Oceania Cruises has flagged a new U.S. travel restriction set to take effect on June 9th, 2025. This upcoming policy will impact entry for certain foreign nationals, so it's crucial for all travelers to check their eligibility and specific requirements before booking a cruise with U.S. ports of call. As with all international travel, staying updated with both official cruise line communications and government advisories is the best way to avoid surprises and ensure a smooth journey. Be proactive, Review the latest guidelines and make sure you're fully prepared for any new entry rules that may affect your cruise plans. Before you set sail for Mexico, there's one more important update. The new cruise passenger tax, introduced in 2024, this tax applies to all cruise passengers disembarking at Mexican ports. The fee typically ranges from $5 to $10 per person, depending on the port and cruise line. It's usually added to your onboard account or included in your cruise fare, so you won't need to pay separately on arrival. This tax helps support local tourism infrastructure and community projects in Mexico's popular cruise destinations. It applies to both adults and children. Starting mid-2025, Mexico will charge a $42 USD fee per cruise passenger docking, regardless of disembarkation, along with an additional $5 tax in Quintana Roo, Cozumel, Costa Maya. So be sure to factor it into your travel budget. To avoid surprises, check your cruise documents or ask your cruise line about how the tax is handled for your specific itinerary. Staying informed will help you breeze through port stops and focus on enjoying Mexico's vibrant culture and beautiful scenery. If your cruise itinerary includes the stunning ports of Greece, there are some important updates you need to know for 2025 and beyond. In response to concerns about over-tourism and preserving historic sites, Greece has introduced new entry fees and daily tourist caps that directly impact cruise passengers. Starting this year, a daily cap limits the number of cruise visitors allowed to disembark at popular destinations like Santorini and Mykonos. For example, Santorini now restricts cruise arrivals to around 8,000 passengers per day, compared to previous years when numbers often soared much higher. This means your cruise line may need to stagger shore excursions or adjust arrival times to comply with local rules. Additionally, Greece has implemented a new entry fee for cruise passengers visiting major archaeological sites. Expect to pay an extra €20 to €22 per person, depending on the location, on top of any existing tour or excursion fees. These charges are typically added to your cruise fare or excursion ticket, so you won't need to pay cash at the entrance, but it's smart to double-check with your cruise provider. To make the most of your Greek adventure, review your cruise itinerary and excursion bookings in advance. If you're keen to visit iconic sites like the Acropolis or ancient Olympia, consider booking early, as limited slots can sell out quickly during peak season. By understanding Greece's new entry fees and tourist caps, you'll be better prepared to enjoy the country's breathtaking history and scenery without any last-minute surprises. If your cruise includes a stop at the glamorous French Riviera, pay close attention to recent changes at Cannes Harbor. In an effort to protect its iconic coastline and reduce environmental impact, the city of Cannes has implemented new regulations restricting the size of cruise ships allowed to anchor in its harbor. As of late 2023, ships longer than 250 meters, or those carrying more than 3,500 passengers, are no longer permitted to disembark guests directly at Cannes. This move follows growing concerns about over-tourism and marine pollution, aligning Cannes with other Mediterranean ports taking steps to preserve local heritage. Effective 2026 season, ships with over 1,000 passengers cannot dock directly in Cannes. They'll anchor offshore and transport guests via tender boats, a max of 6,000 passengers allowed ashore at a time. If Cannes is a must-stop, expect changes to docking logistics. What does this mean for cruise travelers? If your ship exceeds these new limits, it will likely anchor offshore and tender service into Cannes may be limited or unavailable. Some cruise lines have already adjusted their itineraries, substituting nearby ports like Villefranche-sur-Mer or Monaco instead. Before you sail, check with your cruise line to confirm whether you'll actually be able to visit Cannes or if alternate arrangements have been made. If your ship is small enough to dock, expect enhanced environmental checks and potentially longer tendering times. It's a good idea to book shore excursions early, as limited arrivals could mean fewer available spots. For travelers eager to explore the Cannes Film Festival venue, stroll along La Croisette, or sample local cuisine, these changes mean a little extra planning, but also a quieter, more sustainable visit. By staying informed and flexible, you can make the most of your stop in this stylish Mediterranean port. If your cruise itinerary includes the United Kingdom, there's a new travel requirement you can't afford to overlook. The UK has introduced a stricter visa enforcement policy known as the Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA. This digital entry permit, costing approximately £10, is now mandatory for many travelers, including those embarking or disembarking at UK cruise ports. The ETA is designed to streamline border security and applies even if you're just passing through on a cruise. Before boarding, you'll need to apply for your ETA online, providing basic personal information and travel details. Approval can take up to several days, so plan ahead to avoid any last-minute surprises at embarkation. Keep in mind that without an approved ETA, you may be denied boarding or entry at UK ports, regardless of your cruise line's policies. This rule applies to a wide range of nationalities, so double-check if you're eligible or exempt before you travel. For cruise passengers, this means factoring in the small fee and a little extra paperwork into your pre-trip checklist. While it may seem like an extra step, the ETA is now a critical part of smooth sailing when the UK is on your route. Cruising in 2025 is back and better than ever. The key to a great trip: be informed and considerate. Onboard rules protect everyone's fun, curfews, headphone policies, and zero tolerance for disruption. Do your homework, check your passport, review rules, and verify port requirements. Travel insurance is a smart investment for peace of mind. Embrace both freedom and responsibility as you explore the world. Stay mindful of others, and you'll have a seamless, joyful vacation. Book your trip, pack your bags, and get ready for smooth sailing. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more cruise travel updates and tips. Your next adventure is just a click away.